Paramount Pictures is currently filming a major motion picture in North Georgia called
Very Interesting Things, which you'll see once you check out that movie.
We generally work on a few different types of projects. Obviously, we do a lot of short films.
Michael, how did you get started in filmmaking?
A very large part of the success of any project.
And I started my filmmaking career actually on a cruise ship making short films.
Wow. I'm the executive producer to our new feature film, The Common Denominator.
Tell us a little bit about your character in the film.
She's really upset from the beginning, from the get-go.
Tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
Well, basically, I somehow started acting in 1990.
Hi everyone, thanks for joining us. I'm Jakoyah Clarke and you're watching another episode of Rule Hollywood. Today we are live on the set here at Creative Studios of Atlanta. As you can see by the sign, we're located at 500 Bishop Street, which is right by Atlantic Station. And this place is a great casting resource for production companies and others in the industry, casting directors. And they also offer acting classes for people at all ages and stages of the game. So look them up. Come on, let's take a look inside and see what it looks like. We are here live with Angelo, writer, actor, director, and CEO of Mangelo Productions. Hello, Michael. How are you?
I'm good, Mom. What's going on?
Not a whole lot. Thanks so much for joining us.
Hey, it's a pleasure. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate that.
Not a problem. So, Michael, let me jump right in and start asking you questions. What motivated you to start writing and directing your own projects?
Well, it just felt like it was time for me to evolve in this industry. I had worked as an actor for so many people. I had done about 27 projects for other people, and I took the knowledge that I learned from their sets, and I decided to, put it into my own entertainment company. I decided to go forward with that. I felt like I had a story that needed to be told, and I wanted the world to see my capabilities as a writer.
Well, that's a really, really good reason. And I know I looked on your website, which, by the way, is actually absolutely amazing, and we'll definitely plug that so our audience members can check that out as well. And I noticed that really you have three main projects going on at this time. Now, how were you able to complete all three of those in such a short period of time?
Wow, it was a major undertaking. I had to give up so many things. I had to cut some people out of my life. I had to give up hanging out, partying with my friends. I had to especially let go of girls, just to put it out there. But overall, it was really hard because I had to revamp my whole life. And as if when you start your own business, you have to, work for the benefit of the business. And I felt like if I was going to start an industry or business, I had to work hard for it, make sure that it was a success. Like having a baby, you got to take care of it. And it is my baby, so it's like my newborn project right now.
Yeah, and that's such a truthful statement, because I know personally and from just watching people who are successful, you really have to dedicate your life to it and be passionate. So that's amazing. And now, one question that I'm sure other people are asking and wondering, and one question that I was wondering myself as an actress, was how do you cast actors? How do you find people for your films?
I get asked that question all the time, and for me it's a basic answer. I look for quality and talent, but when you have your friends who are actors, when they come out to your projects, they want to be a part of every project, and you want to put them on because they're your friends, but you have to draw the line. You can't have all your friends in every project. And what I do look for is professionalism and dedication to the craft. I think one thing as actors here in Atlanta that include myself, that we have to learn is that the industry is larger than Atlanta. If you go outside of Atlanta, you'll see that people look for a lot of different things, but I think a lot of people here don't really get into character study. So when you come out to the audition, if someone gives you the size and they tell you to read them before you get there, you should come with that state of mind, and prepare to read the size fluently, and be in character. But a lot of people, they don't understand the nature of character study or getting into the mindset of the character. They just feel like, I'm going to show up and do the role, and that's it. And then when they don't get casted, they wonder why, because great actors don't act, they become.
Exactly.
You can never put yourself like, well, this is not a choice that I will make as Michelangelo. No, you're not Michelangelo. You're the actor in that script, so you become that character. So a lot of people here don't understand characterization, which is sad. We need more classes on how to become the actor or how to become that character. And I look for people who are serious about the industry, who show up on time, who execute their lines, who respect the other actors on the set, and I want that whole package as far as an actor. But I have made the mistake in the past of casting my friends, and then they don't show up on time, they don't know their lines, and they cost you major money, but because they're your friends, you try to work with that. But on my upcoming projects, I have a casting director. Oh, in the last movie, Single in the ATL, I had Amy Moore. She was my casting director, but now I have a new one. Her name is Raelle Janae Charles. She's in the industry, been in the industry for a while, and she's my new casting director for all of my movies that are coming up.
Great. So that was a lot there. I could. Yeah. But you're so right, though, and I notice, and I'm very pleased that you're trying to bring out quality and make films that are of quality for Atlanta and other markets, venues. So that brings me to my next question, because when I was looking at your website, looking at some of the people that are on the cast, it's a very diverse crowd, and I was very happy to see that. Do you want to talk on that at all, or?
I think that diversity is the wave of the future. We all share the same space, the same air, and it's not about, well, this is a black film, this is a Latin film, this is an Italian film. This is a film, and we all share the same world. So I try to bring out my whole lifestyle is a diverse lifestyle. My friends, my family, the people who I choose to be involved with, and when I decided to write movies, I wanted to make movies that everyone could enjoy. Somebody could look at a movie and say, oh, you know what, that represents me. Whether it's stereotyped or not, or funny or sad or tragic, that represents me. So I think the buying market is a diverse market. You don't want to restrict yourself to just having, one buyer,
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a really good point. Let's take this thing worldwide. And one more thing that I noticed, looking at your website, which again we'll have to plug because I really enjoyed it. It was very professional. I was very, very impressed. But you really stand firm on principles and positivity, which is something that I personally apply in my life, and it helps me a lot. And so when I saw that, I was very pleased. And if you want to, say anything to that, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah, I think I'm a very positive person. I do have a lot of principles. Some people probably beg to differ, but I'm sure it's always one or two.
There's always a critic.
Yeah, but I just think that people want to be treated a certain way, and when you're on my set, people will tell you that I try to treat everyone with respect. I'm never gonna fuss at anyone or raise my voice and throw a temper tantrum. I'd rather just solve the problems amicably. But it hasn't always been that way in the past. You have things on your set that will arise, and if you know how much drama I had to go through with the first two films, you'll just be amazed. But my last project, Single in the ATL, was the best filming experience I've ever had, thanks to a producer by the name of Bob J. Gay. He's responsible for a soap opera here in Atlanta, which is called A-Town East, and another project in Charleston, which is called Love Always Charleston. You can Google that at lovealwayscharleston.com. But he was a very professional man. Every actor on the set fell in love with Bob Gabe. He was a very polite, kind, benevolent man, generous and good-hearted. He made sure that Single in the ATL was an excellent project. We had more fun laughing and just playing around and being professionals. We hated to see it end. Of course, with all the gorgeous girls, it didn't, made it even harder. But
Speaking of gorgeous, I do have to say, ladies, he is very handsome. So I don't know if he's single. We won't go there, but just be looking out for him and his projects. But I'd like to thank you so much, Mr. Angelo, for joining us. It's been a pleasure meeting you. He has a great personality, very positive, very driven person, and we do thank you for being on the set, and we do thank you for joining us at Rule Hollywood. Before I wrap, I did just remember that I do want him to plug his website so that we can have the guests go to that. So if you could, please do so.
Thank you. It's Mangelo Productions. That's Mangelo Productions.com. And on the site, you will find the links to my 3 movies that I'm currently in the process of editing right now. The first one was called Words to Kill, and the second one was called Missing. And then the third movie is Single in the ATL, and I do have a 4th project that is coming out, which is called Ultimate Justice. It's a movie that deals with anti-Semitism, that is racism against Jews, and I came up with the idea for that movie when I was sitting in Greenwich Village in New York at a little coffee shop called Cafe Habana with a friend of mine who's Jewish. We're comparing the struggles of, not arguing, but comparing the struggles of slavery and the Holocaust. And she was telling me some intimate moments about personal things in her life with a great-grandmother who was a Holocaust survivor. And the story was tragic and yet beautiful. They have a very beautiful history, the Jewish people. So I thought that being a person of color, I wanted to tell my story about the Holocaust. I think it would be a tribute to them, and I'm working with some people here in Atlanta who are of the Jewish community, and I'm trying to tell the story in a respectful manner. And we're also we're trying to secure $3.5 million for this film. I have a broker, his name is Jamal. He's working with me right now. We're trying to get the investors to drop that 3.5. They're really interested in the storyline, so we'll just see where it goes. And also, Single in the ATL is slated to become a sitcom, so that's the good part. So I'm working on those 2 things as well. Great. All right.
Well, I do want to slide him my card so he can hire me for some future projects. But again, thank you so much for joining us. I'm Jakoyah Clarke. You can check me out on my website at jakoyah.com. And we'll see you next time on Rural Hollywood.